Oops. Sorry, everybody. Good morning. This is different. Usually it gives me a second before it goes live. But it went live super fast, and my screen is blank, so I'm hoping that people are there and can see me. This is a little different. Probably need to start doing one of those start screens that people do, so I have a little time to get it to be live. So maybe I'll have to switch that up. All right, hello everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's a Tuesday morning Marvel. Yesterday was Memorial Day here in America, so it was a holiday, and my daughter was in the parade in town, so we went there. So happy Memorial Day to everybody, and thanks to those who fight for freedom, are real superheroes every day, or have given the ultimate sacrifice as well. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to play some Marvel Champions this morning is going to be the plan. So I decided to try to do some team-ups. I've been listening to various things and talking about things, and I really wanted to do some things with synergy. Sorry, I'm specifically thinking about Nelson and Villain Theory. We're talking about playing multiplayer, and so I wanted to do some synergy type stuff. So I saw Peter and Terrence play on One Stop Co-op Shop, Rogue and Ironheart, and I thought it was an amazing team-up. We did Rogue and Groot here, so I wanted to play Rogue and Ironheart. I also wanted to play into some of the things that I've been talking about lately, like on Chatting Champs. We talked about 4 and 5 cost allies, so I wanted to play a couple. I actually had to back off on that a little bit because I'm going to fight Thanos, and one of the keys to Thanos is to have cheap allies to block. So I put some in here, and I still built somewhat around it, but I did have to back off a little bit from my original intention on that. Actually, now that I look at my deck, I may cut a meditation now that I think about that. And then I also decided I wanted to try to do a multiplayer one way or another build. I mean, at least in 2 players. So yeah, I'm going to try a bunch of stuff here. I think it might be a little bit too heavy-handed for fighting Thanos, who I don't think is too bad overall. But there are definitely some limitations, so may have to adjust and go from there. So we'll have to see. So, hello, say good morning if you are in the chat and able to. I know, as always, some people are getting ready, traveling to work, at work, etc., and they're not able to. But I thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll see some more people as this goes on. But let's jump down to the table. So we're going to fight Thanos here. So what I really wanted to do was focus around Rogue's ability to pull cards from Ironheart's deck. So then if she pulls a flyover or if she pulls a photon beam, then what can happen is Rogue can play the card, or Ironheart can play the card, get the tokens, then Rogue can pull it with superpower. Is it superpower adaptation? Yeah. She can pull the card with that, play it again, and get more tokens for Ironheart. So I wanted to see how that would benefit. In addition, as long as it's on Ironheart, as long as touched is on Ironheart, Rogue will gain Aerial in addition to Stalwart. And so with Aerial, a few of her cards improve their ability. This is going to deal 2 additional damage. This is going to, let's see, where is it? Going Rogue is going to remove 2 additional threats. So her cards are getting powered by doing that, and she's able to play Ironheart's cards to power Ironheart. So that is the idea, is for the 2 of them to kind of go there together. There you go. Favorite champion to team up with the most unique X-Men. Nice. Is this choppy? Is it running weird? Is my audio weird? It looks a little funny to me, so hopefully everything's running okay. I've been having a few issues. I switched internet provider, and I think it's worse. My speeds are like 30 times faster, but my connection seems to be worse, so who knows? Life goes on. All right. But yeah, let me know what's there. So that's the idea between them. So in addition, I'm going to try to use one way or another. So I had asked on Discord for what are some mod sets that have 2, because I'm using Looking for Trouble and one way or another, what have at least 2 minions and at least 2 side schemes. And actually, I was going to fight Thanos already, and the ones that Thanos has included already do that. So I was going to try to switch it up and use like Anachronauts or some other ones that are there, but I decided to just go with this. So there are 5 side schemes in here that we can pull out. They all are only a 2 per player. So there's only going to be 4 threat, which means I can remove them pretty easily. And then there's a whole pile of minions in there as well. So I can pull those out with Looking for Trouble. And I'm going to try to use Bring It not to exploit Bring It, but just to show that it's a good card that can still just cycle your deck. So it's helpful for that you'll generally be able to do one. If I have a Looking for Trouble, I can draw a new card. And if I have two things in front of me, then I could do that. But I want to pull minions out again so that I can play the Photon Beams. Is that what they're called? Yeah. And get more counters. So I'm going to try to get Ironheart leveled up as fast as possible working together. Thanks, Brombe. That is the idea. So over here with the One Way or Another, I'm going to try to use Overwatch with Just for Justice. I was trying to do an even the odds thing, and it was getting a little funky. So I don't think that was going to work super well. But I've got 2 Overwatches in here and 3 for Justices, so that's where we're going to try to hold that threat down. It is important to not let him flip this first scheme. I do often tell people, oh, let the first scheme pop. It's not a big deal. This can pop once we start taking Thanos down, once we kind of get that focus and we're built. But we definitely don't want it to pop early when we can't get our cards. So that's going to be the biggest concern that we will have. I've got a bunch of 2 costs. So I had a pile of 4 and 5 costs, and I was really going to play them and use the meditations, but I did have to back down a little bit. I ended up putting Throg, Hulk, and Locust in here. So I could use these ones. Locust will kind of give me a card back. Champion's Mobile Bunker is going to help us cycle through some of these cards when we don't need them later, like if a Bring It's no good, a Meditation. We do have these First Aids, so we can heal a couple of these, specifically Wolverine and Snow Guard. Actually, you know what? I might drop a First Aid. Let me see what this number is at. And then over here, we're using Eros as one of our blockers. We're going to try to use Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Again, if we can draw 3 cards, put something in play, and then use those 3 cards to remove it with Peter Parker, it won't be too bad. And then he'll be in play, right? So it breaks even, but it also puts him into play would be the idea. So we'll see how it goes. We got the Skilled Investigators. I don't think Thanos is too rough, but you definitely have to have some blocking and deal with some things and the effects of these various cards. So let's get to it and see how it goes, and then we can adjust from there. All right, what is my deck at over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, there are 26 there. So do I pull a First Aid? I think that is the card to pull. I could heal Jessica Jones to keep her out, which could be pretty useful. Or do I pull a Meditation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What does she have in her deck? Really at the end of the day, because I can't play these. Not in hero form, right? 7. All right, yeah. So we'll pull 1 Meditation to get that down to 25. All right. I think Rogue is a 42 card deck, which could be tricky because she doesn't have card draw. So she might be my weakness here. May have to thin this out a little bit, but we'll just see how it goes. Awesome. How's everybody doing? Did you get games in this weekend? Did you get Marvel Champions games in this weekend? Did you go to a picnic? What were you doing? We did the parade, and then I did some tutoring last night. Somebody needed help for a math final, so I went over to help them, which was fun. My daughter has to take a math final this year, so she's got all her friends coming over, and we're going to do a big study session next week before they have their exam. So it's fun to be able to help out, because, yeah, math is my favorite, so... Math is fun, I agree. Arithmetic is not super fun. People are like, here, you figure out the check, right? Or you add up all these numbers because you're good at math. It's like, well, adding numbers is kind of boring. All right, here's our other 2 versions of Ironheart here. Sorry, it's a lot of shuffling because I showed the decks and I want to make sure they're well shuffled. I know shuffling is fun, right? Every day I'm shuffling. All right, and we'll give Thanos deck a quick shuffle, just so you know I'm honest here. Although I'm probably going to play one way or another Looking for Trouble on the first turn anyway, so. Ironheart Vision. Nice. Ironheart and Vision versus Red Skull. I gotta take out Red Skull again, man. I got housed last time, and I rarely remember losing to him in the past. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's our early plays. We've got a Gambit that could come out. This Under Surveillance is going to be pretty clutch, and probably this here. Although Jessica Jones could be useful. We don't really need this operative skill right now. That we're going to go with. Who do we like better? Gambit or Jessica Jones? I guess Jessica Jones will be a little bit better in the long run, right? So let's see if we can draw into some doubles here. We cannot. We drew our Spider-Man. All right, so we will flip up. We will play one way or another. We will get a landing craft, because that one should be the least big deal. So when it's defeated, we have to get a minion and put it into play. And it has an acceleration, so we're not going to worry about that too much with 4 on it. Oh, we should draw our opening hand here, but she's got to draw 3. I don't want to forget. Woo, that's a lot of going rogue. Nope, I did shuffle. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, so there's some nice opening plays. So we could get an Ingenuity out. We could get a Mansion out. We could get a Snow Guard out. We probably don't need this looking for trouble. Here in this case, so we'll just sit on these for now. I think it's fine. All right, so she doesn't have any events, so we don't have to worry about that. Wow. Okay, so that going rogue could get rid of the Sanctuary if we were aerial, but to be aerial, I have to be attached to an ally. Okay, so if these two, could I play all these? No. So unfortunately, I'd have to play a 2 and a 3. So maybe these two are my best 2 bets. Or maybe I should hold something like this. And just get rid of... Oh, I can't be aerial. I think I want to drop that Under Surveillance. Maybe this Heroic Intuition is the better long-term play. All right, so I'm going to give up all 4 of these. I'm going to put Heroic Intuition here. I'm going to put an Under Surveillance here. And then I've still got these 2 in my hand. Do I want Jessica Jones? Sure. So I will thwart for 3 off a Sanctuary, bring that down to 2. And this is going to go on the villain. If I attach it, this would not be a hero, so it wouldn't be stalwart. Alright, so yeah, I can't do any of that early. Alright, would I rather hold this going rogue? No, Jessica's going to be a key part. Hopefully this will be okay. We can do a little build. Alright, so then over here, we can get this Mansion down if we give up... Well, we're looking for trouble, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's drop a Mansion. For these 4, when we play Stroke of Genius, we get a progress counter, and we draw a card. Ooh, we got a lot of chat here. Sorry, everybody. Hold on. And then we can use the Mansion to draw a card, and it is a meditation. Awesome. All right, so we can not quite get there. We could drop this Ingenuity, but probably having something out will be better because we could hold it. So we will meditate and use Moon Girl to put Snow Guard out. We'll hold this one. Ooh, unless we pitch this to get another counter. Nah, because we can just get a counter off of this next turn. Snow Guard will come in with, let's see, this, and then she can thwart for 3, so she will, that's actually tricky. I guess just remove Sanctuary, so it's gone. All right. That is out of play. All right. Let's see. Jason got to sit down with my staff and have everybody at the store play Champions on Sunday. I'm sorry, I've got sunlight coming in here, so it's a little bit hard to see. Protection deck on Vision, negating all damage. Nice. It's awesome. Ever Vigilant as well. Yeah, that's great for him. That deck is going to be great for some of these player side schemes. Oh, yeah. And then just Ironheart when aggression. Awesome. Cool. Sounds good, Brombe. Sounds good, Jason. All right, so we will draw back up here. We're going to keep Ironheart down for another turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can really work on getting her built if we can control threat. That's going to be the big question. All right, and then we draw 5 here. Oh, we got our 2 superpower adaptations. That might be too soon. So we'll have to get Jessica Jones out, which is fine because we can go get another side scheme. So, yeah. All right, we're adding 3 threat to the main scheme. Thanos is attacking, and Rogue will... I'll just take this one, right? 3, 4. It's going to be a bunch. All right, 5, 6. Another boost card. So Rogue will go to 5, retaliate 1, get rid of the tough. And then the stone will go off. He will heal 3 and get a boost. And then he'll get another boost to scheme over here for 3, 4, and a tough status card. So this will go to 7. All right, hopefully he doesn't draw an attack again. That will be the downfall. And then a new card is going to be the Mind Stone. All right, Black Order Infantry will be a guard. And Mad Titan Shadow put the top stone of the Infinity deck into play. All right. So Thanos does a lot of stuff in a turn, but it's telegraphed to you, so you at least know what the effects are going to be, which is one of the parts I really like. I think that is a fun way to play, is that, okay, I know what's going to happen, now I just have to react to it. So what I can do is flip up, play this Photon Beam, and gain the counters. So the question is, can I get myself enough counters otherwise? And then I could put another minion out, and then Rogue could do the same and play it. Is that going to be a good ways to go? Let's have Rogue do one way or another. And what are we going to pull this time? Titan's Throne? Let's pull Titan's Throne. So that's going to have a boost on it and 4. Good. I'm glad people had fun weekends, it sounds like. Got him gameplays. And we'll draw 3. All right, so now we have a For Justice to remove one of those. We have these 2. And then an interesting Jessica Jones play here. If we wanted it, right? She could be super effective. Okay, so we got to think through all this. So we're going to give a card draw to Riri, who gets the double. All right, so that can play the beam. This can get rid of threat. These jets are nice, but I think I want to get built up first. So we'll use the first aid and the jets to play Ingenuity. Then use Ingenuity to play Ronnie Williams, who will give us a counter. We will flip to this form and play Photon Beam. Photon Beam will defeat the Black Order Infantry and give us 2 counters. So we'll go to 6. Then we'll play Looking for Trouble, which will remove 3 threat from here. There goes Shadow of the Past, so that's helpful. We get Proxima, comes into play. 3 threat comes off of there. And then we got 2... Then we'll play Superpower Adaptation. How are we going to do all this? And we're going to go get... Oh, not quite, huh? So then I will punch for 2 here. And then I'll play Superpower Adaptation with Rogue after attaching Touched. Sorry about that. It's an action, right? Yep. So then I can go get Photon Beam. So this gets that card into my hand. And then I'll use these 2 to play Photon Beam. I will deal 4 damage to Proxima. She's out. When I do that, this says, if the enemy was defeated, place 2 progress counters onto Ironheart. So it doesn't say your hero. So it should be good. Then I can spend 6 as an action. Ready. And I'm at level 2. Okay. This is going to plan so far. So now my options are For Justice to clear one of these, or Jessica Jones, which is obviously just the better play there. So Jessica Jones is going to thwart for 3. I could heal with Rogue. So I've got 3, 2, 3, and 3. 3, 2, 3, and 3, which are bad numbers, right? So we just got to remove something. So let's remove this one. All right, so Ironheart will thwart here for 2, and Snowguard will thwart here for 3. We'll get rid of this and remove one of the stones. That's going to come at me, and I'm going to be confused. Discard an ally or upgrade. It's rough, too, so we'll get rid of that one. All right, that stone is out when we get rid of Titan's Throne. We will then pass the turn over to here. Snowguard is there. If I don't draw a first aid, I'm probably going to block with Snowguard because I'm starting to get resources to build up. We'll put Jessica Jones out. She thwarts for +1. Oh, I messed that up. So we'll just back that up. So we'll get rid of the 4 here now that I realize that. And then Rogue and her will get rid of this Titan's Throne and do the same. A little bit of overkill, but probably better. And then I will flip down because there's no threat on the main. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also playing a little bit more Rogue. I feel like I've played with people with Rogue. This energy transfer is crazy good. Deal 2 damage, heal 2 damage, ready. Whew. It's pretty sweet. All right, so we get 6 cards there. We ready up over here. We get 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so there is a Bring It, which probably won't be very useful. We could get a Hulk down. We don't really need damage. This card is clutch. Lots of options. We're going to totally run out of space. And I'm going to forget about this touched card over and over again. All right, we are adding 3 threat to the main. He is attacking here. I don't have a first aid, so I'm just going to let Snowguard block. I know it's a big sacrifice, but we'll be okay. 4, 5, 6. I didn't mean that sarcastically if it sounded that way. It is a big sacrifice because she's doing a lot of work. All right, and then this stone comes out, and I am confused. All right, then over here he's going to scheme for 3 plus top card of this deck. 4, 5, 6. So this will go back to 9. This will go up to 9, 6. And then we put the stone out. It is the time stone, and we each get a card. Avatar of Death. He attacks you. That attack gains overkill and piercing. All right, so I think I will defend because I defend for 3. Oh, I do have a hand size of 5, right? Yep. All right, so he's going to attack me for 4. 5, 6. I block 3, so I am down to 6. And then he's going to give me the time stone, so I discard the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For each different card type. So we've got 4 different types. Oof, that's not good. All right, so that's going to go to 13 out of 28. Still an okay shape there. That wasn't fun. Deviant Syndrome, we put 2 threat on the main scheme, and it has Insight 1. So actually we add 3 threat to the main scheme. Where are my 3s? Insight 1 plus 2, because he's already tough. Yoda's Hut. I thought of another 4-player idea for you guys, but maybe it would be too much going on for you if you want to do it. Use heroes that have extra cards outside their main deck. Doctor Strange, Storm, Wolverine, Rogue, and Valkyrie. All right. Our next one is to do double aspects. We're going to do all the people that can have more than one aspect in their deck. I think Cyclops was the one that got pushed out. Okay. What do we have for threat removal? We have a For Justice. We got rid of that landing craft. We could superpower adaptation, but I don't think we've gotten rid of anything. So the landing craft could possibly put out a minion that we could then photon beam, so we could get more things and keep going with what we're trying to do. I also have an Overwatch there. That seems like a reasonable idea. But I don't think I can heal, so I'm probably going to have to block again with Jessica or put Hulk down. So I'm going to need to remove threat. So I'm going to flip up and thwart the main for 3. This touched card is coming over here. Okay, then I'm going to put Overwatch on here. I'm going to put a Skilled Investigator down. I'm not going to be able to play anything because I'm not going to have cards, huh? All right, so we're going to have to use the superpower adaptation. So maybe I actually don't care about doing that right now, right? Because that's just going to underpower Jessica Jones. So we'll hold on that. If I could play this and put them in, I could have Jessica Jones, but I really don't want to do that. So she's going to thwart for 2 to bring this down to 11. We're just going to keep thwart under control and keep building. We'll get there. We will use... that would be smart. We'll use Overwatch for now to play Death Focus. We will put Touched on Ironheart. So I gained Stalwart, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Then I will move. I'll use Death Focus and for Justice to move energy do an energy transfer. Move this over here. When I do that, I deal 2 damage, I heal 2 damage, and I'm ready. And then I will thwart the main for 3 to bring that down to 8. So just keeping that under control. Oh, and against Red Skull. Actually, I like that idea a lot. That's a good one, Yoda. I like that. Sorry, I'm a little slow on the chat. There's a lot of thinkiness here, so a little bit off on that front, I think. Okay, so now we've got that under control. We are not building those things up. So we could get Hulk down, which I think could be pretty helpful. So let's do this Tony Stark AI. We draw 2, discard 1. We'll get rid of Bring It. We don't need the Photon Beam. We will draw an extra card here. Still didn't get rid of one of those, huh? I'm looking for the one that gets rid of 3, because if I could play it with Rogue, I could give her the card draw. All right. New and improves. I could search my deck for an Ironheart card and get a tough status card and ready. So that would cost me 3. I don't think that's better here. So we will use these 2 to put Hulk down, so Hulk can be a blocker. We'll flip down. We will gain counters with each of these to go to 2. And that's that. All right, well, we're getting set, but we're just trying to keep that threat at bay, which Rogue has been doing pretty well, and now we're starting to get blockers down, so hopefully that will be helpful. When I play two-handed, I always end up drawing the second character first, I find. This is kind of interesting. Basically, I'm just playing that character. All right, so there's a first aid that we could do on Jessica Jones next turn. Wolverine still feels like the late game play. It feels like I put Wolverine out when I want to start chunking through his toughs and whatnot there. So I'm not too worried about getting him down. But he will self-heal. He could, if I can get him, if I can pay the resources, he can just remove 1 threat every turn for a little while. So he is beneficial there. Let's see if I get a Bulletproof Bell. I did discard 1 earlier. All right, so now this superpower can pay for her card. The other thing I'm doing is the way I'm alternating is I'm having Riri flip up, then Rogue can play the cards. I actually had played it the reverse and realized if I do it this way, then if I'm flipping every turn, which maybe I won't later on, but this makes it so Rogue and Ironheart are always in hero form together, as opposed to if I played the other way. So there's little ways you can play that you don't think about all the time that can change some of that stuff. All right, we are adding 3 threat to the main scheme to go to 11 out of 28, so I feel pretty good there. Attacking over here, Hulk will take the hit for 4, 5. Did I forget to flip a stone? I'm pretty sure... No, something triggered this time stone after it came out. Okay, I think I'm good. 4, 5, so that will take Hulk out. And then we'll do this. He gets a face down boost, and we shuffle. So Space Stone, we're going to get a minion. Hold on. Okay, then schemes here. 4 plus 1, so it's going to be 4. And this is going to go to 15, so we're still okay there. And then the Space Stone will discard until we get a minion. Reveal or put into play? Put that minion into play, so no one revealed for this. All right, so the Outrider is going to come out here, and then it's going to scheme for 1. And this will go to 16. So far, okay. Landing Craft comes out. Boo, because we wanted to get that out. And a Master Plan is going to add 4 to these. Yikes. That's going to get a little trickier than what I had in mind. All right. Each side scheme. Okay, cool. All right, and then this passes over here, and we're back to Riri. Okay, so we have this option for a Locust and a Helicarrier. We could get lots of things built. We can get... Let's do our Tony Stark AI right off the bat. 2, looking for trouble or a sector scan. So we'll keep a looking for trouble. We don't necessarily need to get a minion out, but we can get tokens. We can actually level this turn. It's too bad I don't have a way to give her Stalwart. That would be nice, but I guess that's asking for a lot. All right, we could heal 2 or gain a counter. This is going to give us 2 counters. This is going to give us 1. So actually, I think I'm going to sneak in a heal here. Go to 8. Where do I want the mansion? So I am going to pass on Wolverine. I think I'll even... Oh, the Locust could be helpful just to have that blocker again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I use the Ingenuity? I want to get this Helicarrier out, but it might be the wrong play. All right, so 4 here is going to... What the heck am I playing for 4? I'm trying to play the Helicarrier. Okay, I don't need this. Oof. All right, so we're going to play these ones. The Helicarrier comes out. We get a progress counter. We draw a card. It is Nick Fury. Look at that. All right, so let's go ahead and draw a card because maybe Nick can get us to something. There is a flyover. That's going to be hard to trigger. But what we will do, I think Nick is no good here. So we did the AI. We're going to do the Ingenuity to gain a 4th counter. Actually, I don't even need it. So we're not going to do it. We're going to flip up. 1, 2, 3, because I'll have Nick to block with. 4 if I do the flyover. It's not terrible, to tell the truth. So 4 will play Nick. Then we have the blocker. We don't need Locust. 1, 2, 3. Draw again. We have a meditation. So now we're overkill. All right. So we'll play Looking for Trouble. Ooh, actually, my plan might go out the window here. We can't draw anymore. I got to see if there's anybody left. Proxima. Black Order Infantry. Ebony Maw. All right. And I only see 1 Outrider. So I think we're good. So we'll play, and we'll get Corvus Glaive, who comes in with a tough. Player Looking for Trouble, remove 3 threat. Good morning. Happy new Monday. There you go. All right. Ooh, this is a little brain burny today, I have to admit. All right, so we're going to spend meditation for first aid, and that is going to heal Jessica Jones. We are then going to use this Ingenuity to play Endurance on myself. Or do I need it on Rogue? I guess on myself to go to 11. Yeah. All right, then... Oh, I can't play my own event. Uh-oh, did I think of this wrong? I did, because I don't have my own event in my hand, right? Okay, sorry about that. So I will not play Ingenuity to play Endurance. I will use the Helicarrier, and before I flipped up, I was thinking I had the event in my hand, but I don't. I will do this. I will then punch the tough off of Corvus Glaive and take the Retaliate. Rogue will call for an action, superpower adaptation after putting touched on Ironheart. Now she has Aerial, so superpower adaptation, and the 2 will pay for Photon Beam. Photon Beam will kill Corvus. Corvus is out. And give... I love this. This just reminds me so much of the group play. I love the interaction between the two. Then this will ready me, give me a tough status card, and put me at stage 3. Oh, what is this side? Okay, 2 resources. Okay, so now I will do this. I am still confused, but I have a tough status card. Whew! And I can still hold my double there. Nick can then punch out that Outrider if need be, although I can do a Southern Cross. These are getting a little messy, huh? I guess I could just punch out the Outrider. So I will punch out the Outrider. Nick can remove 2 threat, and we'll just keep bringing this down for now. Okay, we're getting there. So then, I don't have enough to... Oh, I do have enough to play Southern Cross. But I don't want to. I am Stalwart. I'd get to draw a card. So let's Overwatch one of these. And then let's play Endurance to go to 10 health. Jessica Jones will thwart for 3. I will thwart for 3. Bring this down to 5. Well, I'm feeling good about that. If I can keep that under 10 every time, I'm probably in good shape. And I'll flip down here because I think I can control that threat. But it's famous last words until you get an advance, right? Lots of resources. There's a For Justice. That could help us out. There's my jacket. So I can thwart for 4 then. All right. We got a blocker. So far, so good, huh, everybody? Outrider should not be here. This goes here. Do I actually have a 6 hand size now? Yeah. The Photon Blast does, right? I don't think she takes the card permanently. Add that event to your hand. When you play a card, it goes back to its... When you discard a card, it discards to its owner's discard pile. But the Outrider should not be there. All right, now I have a 6 hand size. So now I've got a very powerful Ironheart with a tough. So she's really going to be able to help a whole bunch. That Confuse is kind of a pain, but it's not that big a deal. So now she'll really be able to own that, and we can get Rogue going, and then we can go in on damage. That's the thing about Thanos. Tons of health, and he's a slow build. We're going to add 4 here. He's going to attack through Nick for 4. Plus 3 is 7. Thank you, Nick Fury. Help me, Nick Fury. You're my only hope. This goes here, and then he's going to scheme here for 3. Plus 1 is 4. This will go to 13. And then he's going to heal 3 and get a card. A boost card. Yeah, I tend to put cards in my discard pile by accident a bunch. It's just a silly... That's where the ruby sleeves help, right? I can very clearly see that this should not be here. He accelerated. He heals 3 and gets a face down boost. Alright, and then we each get a card. I gotta deal with this one first. It's an Outrider. Discard a card from my hand. Oh, the random is so brutal. It is a flyover. Could have helped get rid of threat. Alright, and Shadow of the Past. I don't think hers is too bad, if I remember. But I guess none of them are fun. Lucia von Bardis. So while she has a tough status card, she gets +1. After the villain phase ends, give her a tough status card. Well, it's going to happen, so. I don't have a Photon Beam here to get rid of her, so that's going to be the tricky part. Okay, and then card here is a tribute. Well, the good news is Jessica Jones is a nightmare. All right, 4. acceleration icon. All right, so we're going to have to clear some of those, which my original plan was to use the other. We'll have to Overwatch to clear some. Okay, so this passes here. So Jessica Jones now thwarts for 5. So when aim on a threat is removed from attached scheme, discard this 5 and 5. So that's going to be good. We can use that to get rid of one of these. We can energy transfer to eliminate one of these. If we get rid of 5, then we could fly over if we had superpower adaptation, but we don't. Yeah, but for justice. Okay. I think we're good here, so we're going to flip up. Then when we flip up, we are going to have Jessica Jones thwart here for 5. When she thwarts for 5, we'll trigger Overwatch, and we'll get rid of this rule by force. So this is gone. When that goes away, we draw a card. It is a Professor. So then... Professor might be the worst play we have here, huh? So we will use for justice... What does she have over here? Does she have the flyover? Not anymore. Okay. We'll use for justice to clear the tribute. We'll pay the 2 for it. This goes away. We get a face-down encounter card. Is Jessica Jones at 2 now, I believe? All right, then, man, we could put out the jacket. Hold Professor X. He does remove a lot of threat, which is nice. But we have the energy transfer. So I will thwart for 3. How are we getting rid of you? Right? That is the question. Throg could come in and punch and then be able to block. Ironheart can hit for 2. We don't have a 4 anywhere, huh? So Professor X could stun her. He comes in and lets me ready. If I get rid of the jacket, would I rather heal? I could ready either way, right? So I could use Professor X to put the jacket down, then yeah, okay. So we use Professor X to put the jacket down. We'll attach touched. Sorry, I forgot to do that. We'll attach touched here. Oh, it's not going to help, is it? I should have done that. So I should have put this down first, then thwarted. That would have been 4. Oh, but I want to move it, right? Okay, so never mind. So we thwart for 3. We're going to move touched to here, deal 2 damage, heal 2 damage, ready. It'll be fine. This comes back to me. Can it be anywhere? Oh yeah, so I haven't used my action yet. So then I can just use this to do it. And then this can still move somewhere, which should probably be on the villain at this point. Kill that, and then I can thwart for another 3. If I can leave these around, she gets boosted. So it's not too bad. All right, I'm going to draw a card here. Let me see. I am going to... Oh, am I going to look for trouble? Maybe that's not the thing I want to do right now. I'm going to play Throg. Throg is going to give me a tough. I don't think looking for trouble is my best bet. Oh, Tony Stark AI. Oh, man. Moon Girl. Or a meditation. Meditation helps me play. Okay, so I get... Oh, I know. I have to get rid of one of these 2. Yeah, no, I'll keep Moon Girl. I'll get rid of the meditation. Then... I could thwart for 3, punch for 2. He could punch for 2. I just don't have that 1 damage, huh? Which could be Moon Girl. We could clear that. Alright, so Throg will punch here, get rid of his tough. I will punch here, deal 2 damage. Flip down. Then I will draw a card. with my mansion. It's a first aid. Oof. Ingenuity, Stroke of Genius, and Looking for Trouble are going to play Moon Girl, actually, and Helicarrier. So sorry, everybody. 1, 2, 3. I only draw 2 cards. Boo-hoo. And then Moon Girl will punch out Chia. And I did a Stroke of Genius, so I draw a card and gain a counter. My goodness, she gets so powerful. Yeah, that was great. The Jessica Jones there. Look at all these cards, man. Okay, so now I can drop Snow Guard. And I could do my Jets. But I think what I'll do here is I will drop Snow Guard. I'll give her the double so she can thwart for 3. Let's do this here because we'll just keep bringing that main down. Ironheart is just such a ridiculous powerhouse at this point. And then I'm going to first aid Jessica Jones. That's where those first aids are clutch. And I'm going to gain another counter here. Whew! Good shape now. Now I'll draw that Southern Belle. What is it called? What's that card called? Bulletproof Belle. I knew there was a better term. All right, and then we have the Mutant Education, so we can shuffle the Superpower Adaptations back in, keep going, and then we're just going to give her limitless counters. Ready all this. Look at this. Yeah, so see how fast we got Ironheart built using Rogue? So the whole goal was like, Rogue, you just try to hold the threat down and build her up. Why don't you build me up, buttercup, baby? All right. Bring It has not been super strong, but again, I didn't want to build a deck around it. I just wanted to show that this card could cycle, right? And if I can get it to draw 2, since I'm playing Looking for Troubles anyway, would be good. All right, we are adding 5 threat to the main. We're almost at the point where if that pops, we'll be okay. So we don't have to give it the full attention that I have been. I've been playing very, very heavily control on that. Attacks over here. I think I'm most happy to lose Moon Girl. Well, she could thwart for 2, but Throg could give us a punch. We'll keep playing that game. 3, 4, 5, 6. Throg is out. Get a card. I'm so sorry if I forget any of those. I don't think I did, but I know it can happen at times. And then he's going to scheme for 3. Nope, I did this wrong. Nope, he's going to scheme over here. I'm good. For 3 plus discard an ally or support I control. So bye-bye Ronnie Williams. Because I think I'd rather have Moon... Well, you know what? Moon Girl's fine. We'll just get rid of Moon Girl. Schemes for 3, so this is going to go to 12, and then we are going to be stunned. All right. What an aggression can get rid of that? What could I play? That athletic, whatever it's called, right? That is the one that could have helped me with that. And then we get extra cards. She went through her deck last turn. I have a card because of the side scheme I got rid of. All right, an assault. Am I just blocking this one this time? Yep. I will defend for 3 plus discard a random card in my hand. So I have to take 1, lose Mutant Education, put a stone out, retaliate 1. Hey, he's down to 45. Second card is Minor Setback, so I lose a token. And Proxima. All right, we come over here. Now we've got a mess of things going on. All right, so this Southern Cross, here's a blocker for the turn. She could clear 3. She could clear the landing craft. All right, what have we got over here? A little bit of a mess is what we've got. Nothing to get Brawn out. So let's do our Tony Stark AI, because that is unique to us. We can't play a second Bring It, so we're not going to worry about that. Photon Beam could get rid of her somehow. Oh, with this token, right? All right, so we'll gain a token with Ronnie Williams. Yeah, I don't think I need to heal. We've got jets and blasters now. And the mobile bunker. Wow, we just got options. Okay, so here now, I just spend a resource and get a progress counter, but honestly, I don't think that's my best bet until I'm trying to dig out. Good morning, Luther Bob. Thanks, everybody. I am a little head down chatty, but I appreciate, or little head down focused, but I appreciate everybody being here, and I apologize for any rudeness that may come from that. I know most people think of me as overtly rude. I don't think that's true, just to clarify. All right, we're going to flip up. We are going to have to just exhaust to get rid of something. I think currently we're going to get rid of Confuse so we can keep attacking, because this thing is not an attack, right? So we're going to deal 2 damage here, and then we're going to play a Photon Beam. Hold on. First, we're going to look for trouble. Get Ebony Maw. Then we're going to deal our 2 damage here to Ebony Maw. We're going to play Bring It. We're going to draw 2, get rid of 3 threat from the Looking for Trouble. And then we could do all these things, huh? For 3? Man, we got so many options. So Braun could come in and punch out that, but I don't feel like that's super clutch right now. But let's just say I used these 4. Ooh, my brain. This deals 3. This will kill Proxima and be permanently on the board. So that is smart. Oh, actually, I don't even need to think about that, huh? So Champion's Mobile Bunker and Brawn, for now, is going to play Photon Beam. Photon Beam is going to eliminate Ebony Maw, get me 2 counters. Then I can use these 2. Yeah. I can use these 2 to play a Photon Beam. What is on my card? It's on the sleeve. I can use these 2 to play Propulsion. The Photon Blasters will eliminate Proxima Midnight. The Propulsion Jets will get rid of 3 off of this. Snow Guard will get rid of 3 off of this. Woo! Here it comes now. And then I think we just put out Hulk. Draw a card. Is she desperate for a card in any way, shape, or form? No. Draw a card. These 2 play Hulk. We have another blocker. Woo! Okay. Jessica Jones can thwart for 3. So let's just clear this main scheme. I will play Eros. Eros will thwart this for 2 to bring it down. I will put a Skilled Investigator on Ironheart. I will hold my Southern Cross, and I will flip down. I did have the option of clearing that, but I'm not super worried. Oh, touched should be anywhere. It doesn't matter, right? So I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, there's my Bulletproof Bell. All right, so I got an extra card here. Did I forget that? Hopefully not. Ironheart was stunned, so she can't do the Photon Blast. Thanks. I was thinking the other. So I will remove stun instead of confused. Yeah, I thought of that on the flip. It was the flip up where I forgot. So thank you very much. So Photon Blast. I get rid of that, and then I just exhaust to get rid of confused instead. A valid point. Which I guess would be one of the reasons that people would say, oh my gosh, it's so hard to play two-handed. I forget things all the time. And I feel like I don't forget things all the time. And then, I put somebody in this pile. I played that wrong. So I probably forget more things than I realize. I probably just enjoy two-handed, right? More than I'm good at it or whatever. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got a one way or another, and then we can use for justice. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then my looking for trouble wouldn't have worked. Darn it. Okay, how do we go back? How do we go back? Okay. So the way we have to go back is tricky. We have to have Jessica Jones remove 3 here instead, clear this, and then have the skilled investigator out, so we would draw an extra card, which would be this top card. We'd have to get rid of this card, which would give us another one and draw a card. My goodness. And spend Hulk, and we'd have to play New and Improved instead. Ready, take a card into my hand, and gain a tough status card. Then I could exhaust, get rid of Confused, and I'm not going to take a card in my hand as kind of my whatever. I would have held this New and Improved. So that's how we can pay for that instead. Because I just realized I couldn't play Looking for Trouble then. So I had to get rid of both of them. All right. And that still might not work out quite exactly right, so. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that 4-handed one. Thank you, though, for the... Is it Jiff or Jill? I can't see that far. I'm so sorry. I can't see the first name on it. Man, it's just that sunlight is coming in right in my eyes. Yeah, I mean, part of it is I should slow down a little bit so I read the cards, but it just becomes tricky, so. All right, I'm getting attacked over here. I don't have that blocker anymore, so I'm going to use Eros. Eros is going to defend, and it's going to be for... Hold on, what is this going to do? It's going to give me more threat. Okay, no big deal. He's going to get a tough status card, and it's for +1. Eros is out. Then... he's going to pop this, so she's going to discard the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 2 upgrades, an event, and an ally. So we're putting 3 on the main scheme. Oh, and this is what somebody was telling me. The photon beam was in the wrong discard pile. I'm so sorry. Now I see it. 2-handed solo. Steve, I wasn't sure you were still alive. I haven't heard from you in days. Sorry earlier, now I have to apologize further. Should Photon Blast end in Ironheart discard pile? Yes! And it was in this discard pile, which is what you were trying to tell me, and I apologize. I did not understand. Alright, so Ironheart... Steve, this is so fun. Ironheart and Rogue, we should do a team up. It's so fun to have Rogue gain all the benefits. Help build up Ironheart. It's awesome. Alright, so that was attacked over here. I even had a tough, so that was actually kind of dumb. I'd have to lose Eros. And then he is going to scheme over here for 3, +1 is 4, and this will go to 10. Now, this thing can pop. So I don't have to put all my effort into this anymore. We come here. Black Order Infantry. Exhaustion. We'll surge into a tribute. This is only a tribute. And into this. So yeah, this one works particularly well because of these numbers. These are kind of the numbers that I'm looking for as well. So I'm kind of built to fight this one, right? But that's how I like to play, I have to say. All right, so we'll flip up. We haven't had a lot to do here. We haven't had Rogue Shine yet, so we need a little Rogue Shine. We will, one way or another, if there's another side scheme, there's 5 in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 6 in the deck. All right, so we cannot one way or another, which is fine. All right, so we probably need to do that one, unless we have a flyover. We do have a flyover. All right, so options. All right, so let's attach Touch to Ironheart. Then let's use this Southern Cross, this one way or another, and this Deft Focus to Southern Cross this Black Order Infantry. So, because she has aerial, it deals 2 additional damage. And because she has stalwart from being attached to a hero, I draw a card. Does it overkill? No, it has to be attached to a minion to overkill. Alright, so I guess that wasn't as beneficial as I was hoping. How would I have aerial? I'd have to move it, right? Because I've already gained aerial. Well, still kills the Black Order infantry and draws me a card. So we'll let it be. All right, so now we can for justice. So we will for justice. We'll remove this tribute, get a card, draw off a skilled investigator, also draw off of skilled investigator. Then we will use these 2. Man, I hate giving up that bulletproof bell, but it's what's happening. Oh, I don't have to. Helicarrier plus for justice will energy transfer. We'll move touched to here, deal 2 damage. Ready, heal 2. And then I can thwart for 3. Bring this down to 7. Oh, I forgot to have Jessica Jones go first. Oh, there was a thing, so... All right, she can thwart for 2, so we'll just pull this one down. I keep saying I won't do that, and I keep doing it, so... Don't listen to me. Now I got a bulletproof bell, so I can defend for myself. All right, so... Meditation can get Wolverine out. Locust isn't a big deal at this point, nor is the flyover. So we will Tony Stark AI. We'll take the double. The double will play the photon beam. And, yeah, no worries. So that will do that. Give him a tough status card. Give us 2 counters. Just like checking that I'm not exhausted or any of these things. Okay, we drew a card off of Skilled Investigator. We'll draw a card off of Avengers Mansion. It is a first aid. A lot of encounter cards now, so we got to go damage soon. I don't think I'm going to look for trouble at this point, so I will use Locust. I'll use my look for trouble to first aid Snowguard. Snowguard will clear 3 threat off of here. Take that damage. I'd like to play that new and improved. Ingenuity, Flyover, Locust. Right? Oh, that's what I should do, although it stinks. I should get rid of this, now that I want to start dealing damage to him. Nope. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Where am I going to get my other resource? Oh, I got all this stuff, huh? So propulsion, we'll remove 3 from this to bring it down. Photon blasters will pop the tough. I don't even know if my tough matters. I will... Oh, man, I hate doing this. What did I discard? All right, so instead for first aid, I'm going to use Locust. I'm going to attack Thanos for 2. And then I'm going to spend Flyover and Looking for Trouble. I take a Retaliate. After hero makes a basic attack. After. So I would have taken the Retaliate. And I'm going to remove the helmet. Right before he goes through his deck, though. Steve would yell at me. Alright. And then I won't be able to play Wolverine with the meditation. Urgh. Alright, so these 3 will ready me. What I do? Ready, gain a tough status card, and take an Ironheart card into my hand. I will just take the Stroke of Genius. I'll thwart this one to bring it down. Did I even gain my health from these 2? No. 14. Flip. And I'll spend my Stroke of Genius to draw another card and gain 2 more progress counters. All right. Kill time. Yeah, so when I practiced with this, it didn't work as well. I switched these two, which was nice. I switched up a few cards. I was trying to play even the odds, and it was just too funky with two players. So the for justices are just working better. And then, man, Jessica Jones coming out and just getting healed over and over has been awesome. So we're in a good spot here right now, I feel like. Maybe famous last words? We'll have to see. I attacked him for 2. Technically, I should pop the tough, right? And then use the photon blaster, so I deal 3. 42. We're adding 5 threat to the main scheme. Is it at 5? He is attacking here. I have a bulletproof bell, so I will exhaust my death focus. When enemy touch attack, prevent all damage from an attack, and deal a tough status card. Gain a tough status card. All right. So no damage. If it defeats an ally, so he deals 4, puts a new card out, no damage. Then over here, he is going to scheme for 3 plus nothing. This will go to 8. And then this card will go off, and I am confused again. What? Man, I wish those went off against Rogue. And then we'll pull these cards. First one is I Am Inevitable. He gets a face-down boost. Second one is a Master of the Stones. Then he's going to get Deviant Syndrome, so he's tough, and it has Insight 1. And he's going to advance. So he's going to scheme for 3 plus 2 zeros. Well, sometimes life is with you. This goes here. This goes here. He attacked her. When did he gain the tough? Not there. This card. Okay. So he took a damage before he gained the tough from Retaliate. This goes back to Rogue. And away we go. Think I got it in me now, everybody? Kill time? Alright, we got a photon beam here. We can look for trouble. I don't even know how valuable that is at this point. So we want to do our Tony Stark AI. Did I even gain my counter with Ronnie Williams? I don't think I did. So we'll just gain another one, because we certainly don't need to heal. Tony Stark AI will give us a double. I don't think we need the flyover. At this point, the 2 doubles will play Nick. Nick will draw us 3. Alright, and then we don't have a lot to play Moon Girl with, huh? We can look for trouble twice and then bring it, but again, I think we're just digging ourselves into situations if we do that. Alright, I'm not going to draw a card with me. I'm going to use Ingenuity, Meditation, and one of these Looking for Troubles to play Moon Girl. I only draw 2. Only draw 2. What a silly way of saying that. Alright, I will flip up. I will play... I'm not even going to play Looking for Trouble. These Bring It's are going to be a waste, huh? I guess I'll play it. We'll hope there's one there. Nope. Nope. Yeah, if there was one. Remove 3 threat, and then I had to bring it. Draw more cards. Yeah, now Ironheart just feels like a cheat code for Thanos. Like, oh, you get a tough? I'll just get rid of these tokens. Kind of silly. Even this Infinity Stone I can use to get rid of that. It's just... It's over, Rocky. Alright, don't even need Throg, huh? So there you go. Alright, so one of these tokens... We'll get rid of his tough. Then we'll play a Photon Beam. Deal him 4 damage. He's down to 37. Gain a single token. We'll use all these... I don't even need to do that, huh? We'll use all these Bring It's to play Throg after Moon Girl thwarts for 2. She's out. We will let Rogue draw a card. I'll allow it, Rogue. Now we have a flyover. Yep. So we will attach touched to Ironheart. Call for an action, superpower adaptation, play flyover, grab this landing craft, remove it, give 2 more tokens here, and then discard. Get an Outrider. It's put into play, so it doesn't trigger its effect. Throg will punch it out. Punch out. And we both draw a card. It's a first aid. We'll use the Helicarrier to first aid Jessica Jones. I guess. Actually, we won't. We'll first aid Snowguard after she thwarts for 3. This is the point where Steve says, and you're just laughing. That is totally what's happening. Good morning, Chris. We're doing a little team up here, so we will then thwart this for 3. I know. I said I'd stop, but I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. All right, 2 for an energy transfer. I will heal 2, transfer this here. Ready, 13. Can I go to 13? I think so. I think I started at 11. Yep. And then I will punch for 3. Bring him down to 37. And I didn't do these. So these clear this. Bring him down to 31. Do I even flip with a tough? I won't flip. I'll just stay up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our Southern Cross. We can get a Gambit out. We didn't need the operative skill, so that ended up kind of being part of the waste, I think, was trying to build too much with Rogue. Just letting Rogue build up Ironheart was the goal. And you just see the power of Ironheart. The too much power, in fact. Fun. She's fun for sure, but crazy, crazy powerful. All right, we're going here. Tax here first. I don't have a tough status. I punched for 2. So Throg will block. Nick will block, right? And then I could just get rid of Throg if I want. For +2, plus deal this card to yourself as a face-down encounter card. Also, when is this? When Thanos activates. Oh, should have shuffled. Do you have another boost? I feel like I gave him the boost, but it would be here. That's fine. Put the top stone of the Infinity deck into play. He's +1. All right. Deck is this? Did I get a card? Was this the other boost? Oh, deal this to yourself as a face down card. Okay, Nick is out, and then I have to get rid of a support, and I have to discard until I get a minion. Outrider. Put it into play. Discard a support, and we're getting rid of Roddy Williams now. Good. Attacks Rogue over here for 4, 5. Lose the tough. Retaliate 1. He's down to 30. Put another stone into play. Cards. So we get this one. Attachment, if you cannot, it gains Surge. Oh, wait, hold on. Attach this minion with the most traits. Gets +3 hit points and Retaliate 1. Go, Outrider. Deviant Syndrome. So he gets a tough status card and Insight 1. This goes to 5. And he gets his armor. -1 damage. So we will have to get rid of that. Okay, what does that take? A lightning and a punch. So that might be good mode here. Good morning, Nolan. We're doing a Rogue Ironheart team up. You probably saw in the thumbnail. We are taking on Thanos. We used Rogue's abilities to power up Ironheart. So I think on turn 4, Ironheart went to mode 3 and has just been completely destroying the game. Rogue has been holding down the threat. Jessica Jones has been unbelievable because we've been playing one way or another to get those under control. All right, I think the Southern Cross is better than Gambit here. So We'll just give up Gambit. All right. So we are going to use one of these counters on Ironheart to pop this tough. He still takes 1 damage, so it works. Touched comes back here. Then we are going to attack. Yeah, we'll attack for 2, and we'll play these 2. So he only takes 1 damage, but we pull his armor off. So now he can take more damage. And touched is attached here. Then we're going to use Death Focus and this double to play Southern Cross, so it deals +2, and I'm Stalwart, so it draws me a card. So it's going to deal 8, right? It's 6 + 2, so he goes to 21. Draw a card one way or another. We are going to go get... The throne is gone. So we're going to get a landing craft, put it into play. This goes to 4. Draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. There's a Spidey, so we'll play a Going Rogue. Since we're Stalwart, we draw a card, and we're Aerial, so we remove 2 additional threat. So we'll remove 5 threat and draw a card. It's another Going Rogue. All right, so we'll play this Going Rogue. We remove 5 threat, draw a card. Skilled Investigator will draw us a card. Landing Craft is out. Now we're just playing with our food. We'll attach an Overwatch to the main, and we'll hold this one way or another. Ironheart did not draw a hand. Or has no hand? I'm not sure which. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We do have to go get a minion. So this one comes into play. All right, now we just have things we don't need. So we'll spend these 2, and Rogue can just stay up. It's fine. We'll spend these 2 to Photon Beam. Actually, I want Hulk for a blocker. We'll spend these 2, Stroke of Genius, and Sector Scan. So we draw a card. We get a token. We deal 4 damage. He's tough. Because we did that, we draw more tokens. Look at this. So now we're sitting on 12, 13, 14. So 28 damage. We could just flip him at will. I played that Photon Beam. So then, what do we do? We don't even need to worry about confused. So we will use one of these to get rid of his tough. This thing has 5 health now. So we'll punch it for 2. And then we'll spend Ingenuity and the Helicarrier to play a Photon Beam. So we punched it for 2. It does have a Retaliate because of this attachment. And then we'll take that out, which will give us 2 more counters. And we spend these 3. We Tony Stark AI. 1. What does everybody think? Is this just your normal Ironheart games? Is that what's happening here? I loved having Rogue build up Ironheart. Ironheart is so ridiculously powerful, though. It does kind of become silly, almost like, well, great job, Brandt. Snowguard can't do anything, so I feel like putting another ally is kind of junky. So we'll put our mobile bunker out, and then we'll use it. Draw 2, discard 2. And we'll get rid of Looking for Trouble and Fly Over. We'll use these for New and Improved. We will ready, gain a tough status card, and get a card out of our deck. We'll just take the Stroke of Genius, I guess. Draw a card with Avengers Mansion. Spend these 2 to put Hulk out. Get a counter and a card. It's a Moon Girl. There's no threat to remove, so we'll deal 3 damage. And Ironheart can get rid of her Confuse, just in case there's a pinch. All right. It's over, Rocky. All right, we'll just go all in on damage next turn and see where we get him to. We probably won't quite get him down, but we should be close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some things are working, some aren't. The Bringits are a little bit dead, but they can always be used as a resource, but still there. Here's a superpower adaptation. See, now this isn't as interesting because now she doesn't have cards that are super good, right? She's doing all this, so now the superpower adaptation isn't as exciting. But the one way or another could come out clear with For Justice, so it's kind of interesting there. Okay. We are adding 4 threat to the main scheme. He is attacking here. I will use Death Focus for a bulletproof bell. I did not move that over. So he attacks for 4, plus discard an ally or support you control. So I only have Jessica Jones. I gain a tough status card and take no damage. Then the Time Stone goes off, and I have to discard 1. I only have 1. So I add 1 threat to the main scheme, but I do get another encounter card. All right, then he's going to attack Ironheart over here, who's tough. So he can just hit me. 4 plus 0. My tough goes away. Draw a new card. And then we get cards. 1, 2. All right, first one here is a Mad Titan. Top card of the Infinity Stone deck. Next one is an Assault. He's going to attack again. Throg will block. 4 plus an additional card, so 5 plus the top card of the Stone deck is a 1. So then this would come into play. All right, Throg is out. There was no overkill there. I am confused and stunned. It's rude. Should have let Rogue take the... Oh, Rogue was tough. I am going to go back on that, knowing that there was going to be a confuse and a stun. And that I had a tough. So now Rogue is confused and stunned, but is stalwart, right? So can't get them. Okay, that's the reason I want to do that. A little bit of cheating there, but a little bit of cheating is needed, right? Advance for 3, plus he gets a tough status card. No one cares. Plus... This one is another 3. Love to see those under fires there. And Proxima. Pass over here. All right, we'll deal 2. He's at 18. So we'll unleash 9 counters. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. He will go to the next stage. He is tough. When revealed, I have to get his armor. So 28 times 2 is 56. Oh my gosh, didn't I just have his armor? There it is. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll use a token to get rid of the tough status. We will then basic punch him for 2. What do I need? I need a physical. Hold on. Well, let's get physical. Let's draw 2. And we'll get rid of a Bring It and a Flyover. We will then play Bring It to draw a single card. Then we have Ronnie Williams, and we have a Sector Scan. So we'll punch him for 2, which turns into 1, and we'll remove his armor. Down to 55. Then we'll use these 4 for 8. He goes to 47. Sorry, we're going to bring him to 49 because we're going to deal 2 here. That should be different. We'll use Helicarrier. Actually, it's fine. We'll just have Throg punch and deal the 2. Because then we can bring in Nick. Yeah. Actually, we don't even need Nick. We'll bring in Moon Girl. 1, 2, 3, because we're a champion. I am the champion. That's like, you're going to hear me roar. Never mind. We'll use these two, Locust and Photon Beam. This touch goes back, right? 2 Photon Beam, Proxima Midnight. She's out. Gain 2 tokens. Those turn into 4 damage. 43. 41. Snow Guard removes 3 threat. Hulk will punch for 3. +2. 38. 36. Never used Wolverine. I have this new and improved that doesn't look like I'm going to get to play. Tony Stark AI will draw me 2. It's a first aid and a meditation. I will get rid of the meditation. Propulsion jets and the photon barriers. What is it called? Photon blasters. What was he at? 37? 38, 36. 1, 2, 3, 33. Remove 3 from here. My goodness. Is there anything worth first aiding? We'll just wait and see. All right, we'll play one way or another to go get one of these side schemes, which will be Tribute. Tribute will draw us 3 cards. Has 4 threat on it. We are not dealing with that. If I did clear it, get a card and another card, and then could do that, but it's not much, right? All right, superpower adaptation after attaching touched here is going to go and get Photon Beam. Photon Beam is going to get paid for with operative skill and a for justice, and that is going to deal 4 damage. She's down to 29. Gain her a counter, so 2 is 27. Rogue will then punch for 2, 25. And play a Southern Cross, which will draw me a card and deal +2 damage, so that's 17. Ooh, close. So what did he start at? 18, and we got him to 17, so we did 56, 57 damage plus a tough. 57 damage plus a tough. Avengers Mansion will draw Rogue a card. All the double resources you could want. All right, I think we got this. We'll first aid Moon Girl. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. We get another card. Yeah, I'm intrigued. Is this how all your Ironheart games tend to go? Just boom, 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 boom. I guess if you're playing solo, then it's over by now, right? All that damage is even more oppressive. Rogue is just slowing Ironheart down. Rogue doesn't have quite the build, but she's definitely held her own. 1, 2, 3. Really like this card. This energy transfer is becoming one of my new favorites. All right, we are adding 4 threat to the main. I don't think we've gone through again, so that's going to go to 9 out of 28. That has been held down. I didn't go through... Did I go through my deck? Didn't I go through my deck when I played last turn? Oh, yeah, I got discarded a card. I remember now. All right, he's attacking for 5 into Ironheart. So Snow Guard will be my blocker. 5 plus 3 is 8. Thank you, Snow Guard. Done. Put a stone out. Then next up, he's going to attack for 5 into Moon Girl. Sorry, into Rogue, but Moon Girl's going to block. And then the Space Stone will go off. We're going to put a minion into play. And it's going to be Lucia. All right, she doesn't attack because it was Rogue's turn. And then we get cards. So Ironheart's cards are a Tribute and a Master of the Stones. Well, those are not helpful. Exhaustion surges into Political Retribution. If she's in play, she schemes. Okay. So she's going to scheme for 2. Well, you guys are just doing the wrong things at the wrong time, huh? For all the times the Villain deck is a nightmare. That was literally nothing. Add stuff to the board that doesn't matter. All right, Rogue, it is your turn. So we will energy transfer. The touch comes back to me. We'll energy transfer here to Thanos. Deal 2 damage. 15. Heal 2. I think I can only go to 14. Ready. Punch for 3. Down to 12. And then we'll use our Def Focus and our double to Southern Cross. We'll move it here. With our ability, then we'll Southern Cross for 8, draw a card. It's a one way or another. Down to 4. Pass the turn to Ironheart. Ironheart will literally have 0 cost cards. Draw a card. It's a double. Tony Stark AI for Brawn. Alright, so we'll discard the first aid. We'll use these 4 to play Brawn. Stroke of Genius gives me a token. I was trying to get enough tokens to kill him with the tokens, but I guess the game just doesn't want me to do that. So I'll punch him for 3 with Brawn, and then use the token to get the kill. Woo! Sauce. He got destroyed. Wow. Yeah, so do people usually get Ironheart built that quick? Like turn 2, I went to version 2, and turn 4, I went to 4. But maybe people are doing turn 3 and turn 5, and it's not a big deal. But I feel like one of the things with Ironheart can be, you know, the small hand size, flipping up, I stayed down. That feels like an issue versus Tony Stark, but I don't know. None of it really felt like it was an issue here, so. Perhaps. You won't admit you love me, and so... how am I ever to know? You only tell me. Perhaps. All right. Yeah. So that was the team up. I think I'm going to play another game here. I'm trying to find my other power in all of us. But yeah, super fun. So I like doing these things. To me, this is the most fun that I have with Rogue. I know Steve and some other people have been doing like the solo Rogue decks where you're just trying to gain all the abilities. So you're playing Ingenuity because you become a genius. You're playing champion cards because you put stuff on champions that you put out and play. And as you put everything out, you build up, which is kind of a neat, like, I don't know, like... jack of all trades kind of thing, right? She's getting jack of all traits, I guess we could say, is the idea. So I can see how that would be fun. But I like doing Rogue where I'm trying to use that superpower adaptation to pull the other heroes' cards out. So I think that's a fun way to do that and neat to do. But man, Ironheart just goes to town. And what a cheat code for Thanos. Like, hey, I get a tough status card. I do this. I mean, the only thing that slowed her down was Stun and Confuse. That was the only things. Aggression. How do I get rid of Stunning, Confusing, and Aggression? Is there a way to do that? I don't know of one. Ooh, here we go. Lots of chat. Good game. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. She can get there quick. Okay. If you can line up her events to add 2, it goes quick. Ironheart. So yeah, I thought it was creative that I was able to play her events, then have Rogue play her events from the discard pile. I thought that was interesting. I definitely agree she's so good. Reduce the damage you could do at the end with the counters. Yeah, they get a little ridiculous. You know, limit 2 per turn. They don't like to put limits on things. I mean, even Bring It, which did not do anything in this game, but there's no limit on this card, and it's silly. Especially now that they ruled that you can draw your whole deck and not lose. So now I could draw 10, have 10 cards in my deck. I've got everything in my hand, you know. It just becomes a little much, but I mean, it's fun. They're saying these are the combos you get to build, and we're not going to limit you, right? We're not going to limit the fun. Is the idea? I don't know, how does Ironheart work against Ronin and Venom Goblin and stuff like that? Does she take them down pretty easily, or does the build slow her down a bit? Where is the other power in all of us? Got to find it. All right, the next deck I'm going to play is this Captain Marvel Speed Justice deck. So this goes all the way back to the first time I did speed runs. I know, more speed, but it's fun to do at the end of a stream for me. Sorry, I have piles of cards everywhere. I know that probably is like super agita for a lot of people, but That's how it is right now. Oh, we got more people here. Okay. 1 counter for 1 damage. Yeah, that would make the most sense. Why they deal so much. Yeah, then I wouldn't have dealt whatever I did, right? 18 with 9 counters, it would have been 9 damage. He's the only character I have beaten Ronan with. Oh, wow. Okay. I made turn 3 a few times, usually 4 or 5. Really? Okay, gotcha. So I just wasn't focusing on it as much, because I thought by double playing those and getting her on that turn 2 flip there. I really, really like her in leadership. That was the first deck I played at the Con of Heroes last year, where I was using the go all outs and the push aheads, and her stats are just high, so I thought that was a fun way to do all that and whatnot. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. All right, let's clear all this. Rogue, you go here. All right, let's see if we could take down some Expert Rhino with this deck here, and I'll zoom in a little bit in a second. Where am I going to find his side scheme? Sorry, I'm just trying to find Bomb Scare. I don't remember what I did with it. There it is, okay. Yeah, I think Rogue is a lot of fun. She's definitely... Oh, no. I just folded a bunch of cards in half. Oops. Be careful with your cards, kids. I think Rogue is a lot of fun. I like trying to do all that. Like I said, that's kind of my favorite, is to be able to play other people's cards. I think is kind of one of the neater parts of it all for me. Some people might feel different and whatnot, but that's what I've found to be really neat in there. And I'll check out those comments in a second. All right. The only character to beat Ronan with. So what do? Do you stay down turn 1? Do most people stay down turn 1 with Ironheart, or just flip up and block the 3? I'm not even saying against Ronan, I'm just saying in general. No need needed. No change. Yeah, I agree. She's super powerful. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. If a hero's too good, you just play him against somebody else. It's totally fine. But, you know, you can definitely feel some disparateness. And then if you're saying, oh, I'm trying to beat this villain, like sometimes what you'll see, I'll see it posted, you know, somebody will say, I'm trying to beat, you know, whatever. I'm trying to beat Magneto. And then, you know, people will be like, I'm using these 2 heroes that, you know, aren't as popular or not considered as good. And then people will be like, oh, just get Wolverine. Like people will just tell you to play a different hero. Oh, that one's no good. Play a different one. I enjoy the element that's like, let me try to get every hero to work. So that's definitely part of the fun for me. But it's certainly not going to be true, and I agree in competitive. Like I'm playing that My Hero game, and there's just heroes that just they're not going to win on any kind of regular basis. So there's that. All right, so we're going to play Captain Marvel, and this is essentially a Speed Justice deck. She's one of the few that I feel like can do Speed Justice. So I think it's really fun. So the idea is to try to get Heroic Intuition out so that we have 3, and then we can play these followeds, clear stuff with Turn the Tide, clear the main scheme so we can use Pivotal Moment early on, and keep that clear. And then other than that, we're just dealing damage with our damage dealing cards. So it's pretty much lightning, so I call it Ride the Lightning, which I'm sure there's other decks. There's probably a famous deck called Ride the Lightning. There's probably a song called Ride the Lightning. That's a joke. Okay. Just to clarify. Over to Nerf. No worries. Gotcha. So you turn up turn 1 because you can play some of those cards. Yeah, I guess now that so many main schemes start with threat on them, right? You can use flyover to clear it and get those tokens. I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking about what do you do turn 1 if there's no minion and no schemes. But in Expert, there definitely usually is, right? And now so many of these main schemes start with threat. I really get thrown off sometimes because I just don't play solo enough to realize, like, if I can thwart for 2, I can keep the main scheme clear every turn. You know, if I can thwart for 1, I can keep the main scheme clear. And I could see where, like, something like Rhino, people would be like, oh, I don't flip down against Rhino because, the main scheme's going to pop, because you might leave 1 on it, because thwarting for 2 to remove 1 just doesn't make sense, you know? I'll defend quite a bit. Yeah, and she has ways to ready, too. Send you my Guardian Leadership Rogue deck. Ooh, that sounds really good. Definitely send that to me. We still have to get a game in, too, late night gaming. I'm sorry about that. Oh, Metallica. I know, sorry. I was being silly. I am of that age. I am of the Metallica age, for sure. James Hetfield used to go to my church. That's not true. But they had little, like, one of the initiatives they did at my church growing up when I was a teenager was, like, they had name tags for everybody. So you could come in and, like, peel off one of those sticker name tags. Not quite hello, my name is, but they pre-printed them. And it was like a way for people to know each other. So, of course, as teens, we went to the sign-up sheet, and James Hetfield joined our church. Steven Tyler joined our church. Who else was there? We got a ton of them through, so that we would go every week and see all these musicians and actors were up on the thing, and we would just laugh that nobody realized what it was, or they thought it was funny too and left it. I don't know. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have this Cosmic Flight. That breaking and taking's a little bit of a pain. We got a lot of doubles, so we don't need this Cosmic Flight. Barely even need Plasma Pistol. Crisis Interdiction I'm going to leave because it's my only way to clear this, but I'm going to get rid of all these ones. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we draw. Hey, there's our triple. Triple fun. All right, and then we get to draw a card with Commander. All right, well, we got resources for days. So we can pretty much play all this stuff, right? So we flip up, we Photonic Blast, we hit them for 5. We spent the lightning, so we draw a card. It is a one way or another. Is there another side scheme in here? Yeah, there's like Bomb Scare, right? So we will play one way or another to get the Bomb Scare side scheme and put 3 threat on it. Draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. We'll use the double to play Pivotal Moment, which deals 5 because this is clear, so he's down to 5. Then we'll use Power in All of Us to play Ironheart, draw a card. I love my life sometimes. All right, then we'll play Spider-Woman for 3. She will confuse Rhino. So then we'll use the double to play Crisis Interdiction. We'll remove 2 threat here. We'll move 2 threat here. Ironheart will clear this one, and we'll punch for 4. He's down to 1. Have a good day. There's no other side schemes in here, right? He's only got one side. Oh, no, he has crowd control. Sorry, I looked through. So we'll hold this. More card draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to add 2 to the main. Oh, wait. Ironheart cleared this. He's going to add 2 to the main, and then he's going to attack me for 3. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. All right, 5. That's not Metallica. All right, so I go to 7. Now I can heal. And then we draw a card. It is a Stampede. And I will get stunned. So I will just have Ironheart take it. Done. All right, so then we will play one way or another, and we will get... do we want to clear any? Nah. Let's play it. Let's play it loose. Crowd control. Chris says, I think it is part of the intended challenge and contributes to the theme of the game. Some heroes should have an easier time taking down a villain than others. Yeah. No, I definitely got over the, like, oh my gosh, Black Widow and Nebula and Rocket can't get the Collector down. It's like, meh, it's not really the end of the world, right? 1, 2, 3. All right, so we have a Turn the Tide if we clear one of these. But now we put that into play. Gotta figure out where to deal 1, huh? Okay, so I think I punch him and flip him. He's gonna stun me, right? That's gonna be the issue. All right, so Spider-Woman. Woo! I don't know. One way or another, attaches followed to this. Is that just how I flip him? Sure. Then I'll thwart this for 2. That'll remove crowd control. Followed goes away. Response. I can do these in any order. So I will deal 3 damage to him with Turn the Tide. That will flip him. Then he's going to get tough, and I'm going to get stunned. Ooh, unless I flip down. No, then I can't play all these cards. Then he's going to take 4, which will remove his tough. So he's at 16. Then I will drop this energy channel. Hold on, what did I pay for things? Didn't pay a lot of lightnings. I'll drop this energy channel. I'll use Crisis Interdiction to cycle into a Photonic Blast and heal 1. Wow, that sucked. And I'll play these 2 for a pivotal moment to get rid of Stunned. He's out. I will flip down and draw a card, and it's a double, so I'll put the 2 there. All right. Even if he advances, I think I'm good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. All right, so it's going to be 2 put on here. This is going to go up to 4. I think maybe getting that crowd control is probably the thing I shouldn't have done, but gave me more cards. He's going to be confused, and he's going to draw a card, which will be a charge. 16 damage. Can we deal it? We got 10 there, 12. If we can play Pivotal Moment, but we can't. So we draw a card. It's Nick Fury. Help me, Nick Fury. You're my only hope. All right. Let's see. So these 3 go here. Yep, we got it. Okay. Flip up. We will spend Nick, Pivotal Moment, and Heroic Intuition to do a Photonic Blast for 5. He's down to 11. We draw a card. We will put these 3 on Energy Channel, pop it for 10. He's down to 1. And whoosh, we punch him. Done! Nice. Justice. Justice, Captain Marvel. Got it done. Love it. Who else can I play with this deck before I finish up here? Changing decks is kind of a pain midstream, like villain decks. I still have to laugh. I feel like I'm the only one who likes doing this stuff, but I still like doing it. So I sneak it in the end of these streams now rather than make it the full thing. I don't know why. Maybe it's the numbers game. Maybe it's seeing it happen. Maybe it's proving a point. I have no idea. But man, I just think it's so fun. I don't think it's like the best part of the game. I think it's actually maybe an issue with the game that you can rush. Like the fact that you could be like, hey, I could build all this stuff up and have fun, or I could be done. It almost makes it seem like I don't enjoy the game. Like, I'm going to play it as fast as possible so I don't get to enjoy it, right? But I think it's cool. I love that I can do this with Justice. I have not really found a protection build. I'm wondering if Wolverine has it. He feels like the most likely to deal damage in this form. Who could we rush? Sentinels have a lot, right? Let's just try to do some on Expert. Let's see if I can find Absorbing Man. A lot of them on Expert are tricky because they just create the barriers for this stuff because I don't want you to do it. What about Zola? He could get a guard, which is a little bit of a nightmare. And he has Retaliate. Let's do it. He's going here. I'm going to make my life easy and just put the bomb scare in since I have it right here. I know it's an easy mod. I got through Hood. I thought that was pretty impressive getting through all his stuff. Gosh, there's so many cards. And I got a Bioservant to start, right? And I got a Test Subjects. Alright, so 2 there. Bioservant with a Tough. Gotta pull out what's her name. This goes here. It starts at 0. What do you mean limited based on scenario, Chris? Do you mean on Expert? On Expert, I 100% agree with you. On Standard, I don't think so. I don't think it's limited. I think I've rushed almost every villain in the game. Have I rushed like Ultron or Thanos? So I'll give you those ones. The ones that have really high health, right? Once you start pushing 40 health. Loki seems like it would be tough, but D20 did it the other night. I think it was 4 turns he got him down with Wolverine. Might have been 3 turns. So it's there. But on Expert, I totally agree. I mean, there's fights that are hard no matter what. And I don't think it's actually super limited on heroes. There are some that I think are tougher, but to do it with, and some that just rise to the occasion. But the list is pretty long. Like, there's got to be 20 heroes that could rush pretty easily, push 30 plus damage in 3 turns with limited issues. So I think it's interesting there. Oh yeah. Expert Standard 2, Expert 2. I totally agree. And those are created for people who want to make decks, right? It's just a different thing. They're saying we're going to put a significant barrier in front of you. So I think that makes that a little different. All right, here we go. We got to get rid of Spider-Woman. I'm cheating. I'm keeping these 3. Okay. I think I like all this. Pivotal Moment. That could draw me a card. Followed. Yep, so we'll draw. It's a double. There you go. So this double pays for Ironheart. She comes in. Sorry, it's messy. She comes in, draws me another card. Another freaking double. All right, I will flip up. Deal 5 damage with Pivotal Moment. Down to 9. I take a Retaliate. What can I survive with one way or another? Yeah, I don't want to do that. Oh, well, I cheated a little, right? Because I put Bomb Scare in here. Hey! Go me. All right, so we'll put that out. We'll draw 3. 1, 2, 3. There's Nick. This has 3 on it. Alright, are we going to deal damage with Nick? Attach followed. Clear that. Seems good. Now, drawing cards is just always better, right? Yeah. So we'll spend these for the Alpha Flight, the energy, and the pistol to put Nick out. Draw 3. Alright, so then we can clear that one, or we can clear this one. Hold on. So followed plus clear is a really good way to do that, right? Yep, so we'll use the Crisis. Oh, actually, what's this? We'll cycle Crisis Interdiction to heal one using our recharge ability. Draw a card, Cosmic Flight. We'll use Cosmic Flight to put followed on test subjects. We'll clear it with Nick Fury. That's out. Deal 4 damage. Down to 5. Then we have to go get a minion. Reveal it. Oop, it is a Berserker Mutate. Sorry, wasn't looking. It'll quick strike me for 2. I'm down to 10. Is it my hero? Okay, so it has to be my hero, so I'll do Captain Marvel. Then I'll turn the tide for 3, down to 2. I take 1. And not much to do with these two, huh? Can't get that. All right, so we'll do 2 here with Nick. That'll flip him. We flip him. He has a retaliate. We put a minion into play. I will put a Bioservant in. Better yet, I'll put a Hydra Bomber. And I'll take 2 damage. So he is at 16. Ironheart will thwart this for 1. Because I don't want to lose Ironheart yet. Alright, we'll hold these ones. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Almost there. Alright. Add 1 to the main. Put a counter on here. He's attacking me for 2 into Nick, who should have a damage, but I didn't do it. 2 plus 2 is 4. Nick is out. And then I get hit for 4. I'm down to 3. And then I should have put a second one on there because of this. And I draw a card. It's an assault. He'll attack me again. Ironheart. 2 plus 2. Out. Alright, so I could do this Photonic Blast. I can clear that so I can play Pivotal. So I'll clear this here. I'll play Pivotal Moment. Bring him to 11. Take a damage. Then I will play Photonic Blast. Sure. Go to 6. Put this down. I go to 1. Flip down, draw a card. And I'll put the 1 counter on there. Alright. Should be good now other than guard, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew, barely drew enough. Just need 2 on this. Alright, so we're adding 2 to the main scheme. It's going to pop. We're going to get 1 dude. Yeah. I mean, I understand why people find them. You know, some are easier and smoother to play, too. Like, Hulk is super difficult to play, which is why people feel like he's bad, because he's hard to play. He's hard to build a deck for, right? All those kind of things. So, that's where it comes from. 3 plus, shuffle this into the deck. So, look at that. Only goes to 5. Oh, then these are going to complete it. Hydra Bomber adds 1. So that will pull this. We search for a minion and reveal it. It's going to start with 1. These clear. And then we're going to add another one. We're going to put a Berserk in. And then we're going to draw a single encounter card. which is a Bioservant. And we get the win. All right, we will draw a card. We will flip up. We will cycle a Crisis Interdiction to heal one. Draw a card. We will turn the tide, and this on energy channel goes to 3 and pop it for 6 because we have no guards. Dead. Nice. Easier villains, but still just crushing them early on. So cool. Anyway, fun deck for you to try. I'll lay it out. Don't panic. They're just cards. For you here, if you want to see probably some alternate ways to build it, man. They going yet? Captain Marvel. We got Turn the Tide, followed Pivotal Moment, Double Resource, Ironheart, Nick Fury, more Turn the Tide, more followed. I love playing these cards because they don't get played a lot otherwise. Same with Pivotal Moment. Plasma Pistols to get rid of those pesky toughs. Another Pivotal Moment, more doubles. Venom Ally. He's probably the slowest one. If you can get him out turn 1 and he can punch for 3 every turn. I have to go from there. The thing I do like about this deck is these ones that start with 1 and 2 threat on them. You can just remove that with Captain Marvel. So that's kind of nice that you can get rid of the threat. I think I'm using like all the doubles. Maybe I only used a single. Nope, I used 2 power-ups and 2 power-ups because you can always just use them and cycle them. One way or another is you could put another Turn the Tide in. There's some ways you could definitely change this deck. And maybe you would just pull the Pivotal Moments if it was something otherwise. But as long as you confuse and get that Spider-Woman out, it's pretty sweet because then you could just confuse and not worry about too much threat going on the main scheme. So even on turn 3 when you flip up, you can do that. You could move the Plasma Pistols. You could find your other favorite lightning cards. I mean, there's even just like the grenades and the haymakers that deal damage. They sound silly, but 3 damage and an attack card sometimes is all you need. But what's so cool about Captain Marvel is the cycling. So you think like, but what if you get all these dead cards? Or what if you only have the wrong resources? You cycle. In her kit, like you're not trying to play this. You want to see 2 of these in a game and it's game over. Photonic Blasts are great because they can be played with these. You don't want the Cosmic Flights, but they can be cycled. The Alpha Flight Station is amazing on turn 1. You can even drop it on turn 2 when you flip down. But you don't really want it on turn 3. Crisis Interdiction is a lightning. Cosmic Flight is a lightning. These triples are amazing. These are amazing. So again, it's only half her kit that you're really looking at. But since these 5 can all be cycled, it's really only 2 cards. And this one's only dead on a 3rd turn. And this one. So her kit is very strong for doing what she wants to do. And these triples just change the game. Like, you gotta play it if you don't believe me. I know people have played Captain Marvel forever, so I'm probably not doing a lot of convincing here. But these triples just change the game in the speed run, and it's the part. She's so efficient, so consistent compared to Star-Lord even. And with healing and 12 health, and extra cards like to deal with things, easy ways to get blockers down like Ironheart and Nick and pay for them, she just stays so much healthier than Star-Lord. So that's what's so fun. If you're looking for something consistent, I highly suggest her as a first. That really is fun to watch. What are you commenting on, Chris? The speed stuff is fun to watch. Sorry, this glare, man. Like, I just turned my lights a little bit, and now when I play card games, when I play board games, it was so dark. So I turned the lights a little bit, and now it's just like glare central. But it's also this sunlight coming in here. I don't think it's actually that bad, but the yellow cards, surely. Late Night says, I got a pair of pistols and Black Widow's aggro. She was great in our game last night. Yeah, the plasma pistols are cool. I love them in her because of the lightning bolts. I love them in Iron Man because they're tech, and then they're lightnings when they go back in your deck. And it's funny. I mean, Iron Man doesn't need them as much in terms of the single damage, but Captain Marvel's issue is she has no ping damage. She hits hard. She attacks for 2. And then she attacks for 10, and then she attacks for 5. So, like, she doesn't hit for 1. So, obviously, there's her, and you can put stuff in her deck, but the plasma pistols just work. I mean, this is Ironheart. Like, I guess it doesn't draw a card, right? And it can't thwart. But it can just get rid of those toughs that you can't get rid of otherwise, and that just makes her that much better, whereas Star-Lord just gets rid of them the other way. The heroic intuitions are in here. Again, you could pop these pivotal moments out. You'd lose out on damage, but you'd be a little more consistent. You could go for 4 turn kills and trigger these follows and probably add another Turn the Tide. So you could put a heroic intuition, a Turn the Tide, and something else, maybe if you want another ally, and then you could probably look at some 4 turn kills and be a little more consistent about removing the side schemes that you're bringing out. But man, nobody draws cards and plays off of card draws like Captain Marvel. So cards like this are just amazing. Nick, Ironheart. And then, yeah, this Venom would be even a little bit better if you could do that. And honestly, people think these are terrible, this Crisis Interdiction, but hey, remove 2 threat to then be able to followed, right, and Turn the Tide. It's like I'm paying 2 to get rid of 2 threat and deal 7 damage. Or get rid of 2 threats so I can play these to deal 5. Like, it's a means to an end. So it's really cool. The rush strategy. I know! I think it's so fun. I feel bad. I feel like I harp on it, and I'm known for it, and whatnot, and I get people just don't want to do it. But, man, it's just so fun to set up. I will admit that this kind of nightmare, being on stream and then trying to... Yeah, people will laugh. Look at this. It's going to drive people nuts. Oops, wrong way. Look at this chaos. There's like tokens and things. I just pushed everything up here. I'm going to have to go through all that. So there you go. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it. We'll splash the pot. Ready? Hey! Oh no, that I don't like. They fell on the ground. There you go. Enjoy your games, people. Enjoy your games. Oh, sometimes I think I have too much fun. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody. That was 2 hours of joy. Yeah, thanks for being here, Jonas Hut. It was fun. It was fun to get people on here and whatnot. I have no strategy or plan for this week that I can think of. I'm running a huge game of Blood on the Clock Tower Friday, so that's what's on my brain. And I'm going to go to play with Spartan, actually. And we're going to play some Star Wars Rebellion later this week. Not on stream. Not going to try to put it on camera. That game is big. But I'd let him borrow my copy, and so I'm finally going to go over and teach him how to play. So that should be good times. What'll I do on camera? So first thing to know is the Right Brain Rollers podcast will come out Wednesday. That's going to be our episode on Tribes of the Wind. So that'll be tomorrow. So please, if you haven't checked out the podcast yet, we'd love to have you there. You can catch it on everything. You can search Right Brain Rollers just in Google. You'll find the site for it. And then, yeah, just any of your podcast feeds. That is myself and Eric Summerer. And we go through a whole pile of games. So our featured game for this week, our doubles review, is on Tribes of the Wind. I don't remember our conversation that we had. We always roll a d12, and we have a little matrix of topics, and then we go over the topic. And I don't remember what this episode's was. It wasn't transporting games. Oh, I think it might be on curling. He loves curling, so I think we talked about curling. So there you go. But those are fun episodes as always, so please check them out. New podcast. We're just a couple months old. But Eric and I both had podcasts that were over 10 years old, so we've been doing it for a long time. But we ended ours and joined forces, and we have one podcast now. So, yeah, so check that out if you can. We go over some games in there. I apologize. We record them like 4 weeks ahead of time, so trying to remember off the top of my head which games I talked about. But there's always interesting things. I've been talking about a lot of Star Wars. So my guess is I talked about Star Wars Outer Rim, The Unfinished Business, which was designed by Tony Fanchi, if you don't know. So maybe that would be of interest to you, hearing about that one. So I'll do that. We haven't talked about when we're going to play our game that we have. Thanks, Late Night Gaming. Have a good week as well. But we are going to play 4-player with all the double aspects. So I know I'm going to be Adam Warlock because I have him set out here to build. And then I believe we'll have Spider-Woman and Gamora and who else is a double aspect character? Cyclops. But I think weren't going to have Cyclops. Who am I missing? Match of cards, even numbers here. Gamora. Is there a more recent one that has double aspect? I can't remember. Maybe Cyclops was the 4th one. Include all allies. Yeah, so maybe that is the 4 of them. So we're going to do that game sometime this week. I never know. I got to coordinate 4 people, so it's just got to pop up when it can. You know, life is going to get in the way, so there's going to be that. I think I'm mostly busy this week, but I'm going to try to sneak in a game of something, and I wish I could pre-advertise because that would make it exciting for people. Last week, I just didn't feel like playing a different board game, and I felt like playing Champions. I've been on a little bit of a Champions kick, so I did that. But I'll find something that I'll play one of these mornings, so you can check that out as well. All right. So that's that. Thanks, everybody, for watching as usual. I appreciate it. My name is the Brandt, and until next time, I hope you step into the portal. Have a great day. Have a great week, everybody. Summer is here.